If you're looking for bayfront properties in Newport Beach with unobstructed views of the water, and you've got a budget of around $4 million, welcome to 1809 and 1811 West Bay Avenue in Newport Beach on the peninsula. These properties are listed by Annie Cloudy with Compass in Newport Beach. Let's go inside and take a look. All right, guys, so this is a cool one. We've got two side-by-side R2 properties for sale by the same owner. Now, you can buy one or you can buy both. It doesn't really matter. They're both for sale. They're both independent parcels. But we're starting with 1809 West Bay because this property has a little bit more love in it, and I want to show you what a great looking property looks like, and then we're going to go to 1811 and show you what a potential teardown looks like. So let's go inside and I'll talk about the details once we're inside. All right, so we're in the top unit of 1809. So this is technically 1809 and a half. This top unit used to actually be two separate units. However, the owner of both lived here. They used this as their primary. So they lived up here, they rented out the lower unit, and then they rented out both units in 1811. So this place shows a lot nicer because it was used for the owner's purposes, not just a rental. So back here, you've got like a wet area. I believe that when this was a triplex, this was its own individual unit. There was a kitchen here, but they turned that into kind of a bar. A little bit of a game room. This is the living area, and then you've got a cool little bedroom back here. Come take a look at this. So this is a bedroom in the back of the property with its own ensuite that actually leads out into the game room area as well. So if you have company visiting, they can use this restroom. And then let me show you, come out here, we're gonna go back to the living area. There's this like master retreat. Now, this can be used as a bedroom, it can be used as the way it shows right now, but there are options. And then I also want to show you over here, there's a pull-out bed in here. So you know, when space is limited, there's a bed there, right? For company or whatever you need. So the bottom line is 3 people could sleep in this unit and it serves its purpose. Let's go take a look at the front part of this unit. I love the top level because the ceilings are a little bit higher and you also have a lot more light. Here's another bedroom right here. Let me come on in, let me show you. So it's really nicely staged, by the way. The other property we're gonna see, 1811, is not staged and it needs a lot more work. So I wanna show you the compare and contrast of the two side-by-side units because they're both built in the same year, 1968, but this one's just been loved over time. So got a bedroom, got a nice little walk-in closet. Come check this out. It's got the essentials in here, and then you've got a nice ensuite bathroom with a shower and a toilet and a dual vanity. So you got everything that you need. And then what's left in this unit is the living area and the kitchen. Now here's the kitchen. So, you know, look, it's clean, but it is a little outdated. You've got tile countertops, but you've got, you know, newish cabinets. Now, the one thing I will say is that the kitchen is segregated from the living space. So if I were to buy this place, I would definitely reconfigure the kitchen, blow this wall out, and create an open floor plan between the kitchen and the living space because the living space has amazing high ceilings. And then obviously you've got this incredible balcony. And when you open the slider, the ocean breeze just hits you. And it is Newport Beach living at its finest. But check this space out. I mean, if this doesn't put a smile on your face, I really don't know what will. The light and bright coming in from outside, you've got high ceilings. The home has been staged to give kind of the feel of what it would like to live here. And then you've got this incredible balcony. And right away, I'm greeted with that breeze, that ocean, that coastal breeze. It's beautiful. And then look, you've got literally unobstructed views of the bay. You've got the Lido Peninsula over there. You've got Lido Island over there. You know, I would say the one thing about this specific property that somebody thinking about buying it would want to know is that there is a public parking lot right in front of it. So between the home and the water, you've got a public parking lot. Now, someone might say, well, I don't really want a public parking lot. I want my house to be right on the boardwalk. Well, if that's the case, and you're looking to spend an extra $2 million to buy something by the ocean side or on this side with no parking lot. So being okay with this parking lot gives you the ability to lower your budget and get into a waterfront property at a significantly lower price. Now, this area is awesome. Right over there, you've got the Lighthouse Cafe, you've got Marina Park. A little further down, you've got the Balboa Fun Zone. Further up there, you've got what they call the War Zone. That gets a little rowdy during the summer, and so will this parking lot. It'll also get a little rowdy during the summer, but that's just Newport Beach. When you live in Newport Beach, summertime, this area is a destination for many people, so that you have to just be okay with that. But when it comes to restaurants and gyms and coffee shops and all the different types of boutique shopping that you're looking for, this area has so much. And if you want to go to the ocean, it's literally a 5-minute walk. So let's go take a look at the lower level and show you what the lower level offers you if you wanted to rent this place out, or maybe live in the bottom, rent the top out, or rent them both out. The world is your oyster. Come with me. All right, awesome. So let's go check out the lower unit now. So this building is about 3,100 square feet. I talked about it a little bit upstairs. The lower unit is about 1,200 feet. The upper unit is about 1,800 feet. So down here, you've got a 2-bed, 2-bath. So it's a smaller unit so that you can accommodate for the 4-car garage on the lower level. And this unit also is updated. Come with me. So 1809 West Bay Avenue, lower level. Again, upgraded countertops, upgraded cabinets, newer appliances. The property has been staged. You know, there are some older features. The fireplace is a little bit older. They've got a split system here for the AC, not that you really need it. You got this really awesome back patio where you can sit here, people watch, have a coffee. I actually did an open house on this property last weekend, and I was talking to one of the guys that came in, and I said, this would be a great place for coffee, wouldn't it? And he said, well, to me, it seems like a better place for scotch and a cigar. So whatever your heart desires, this is a really cool spot. And then they were even able to sneak in a lemon tree here. I took a couple lemons for my house over the weekend, and they are delicious. So let me show you the bedrooms and the bathrooms in this place. Okay, so 2 bedrooms down here. So there's one here, it's not staged. Again, staged homes, staged rooms feel smaller than they actually are. So if we were able to get a bed in here and a couple nightstands and maybe some art, it would really open this space up. Got a nice walk-in closet here. And then you've got a cool bathroom that actually opens up to the hallway so that your guests don't have to walk through a bedroom to use the restroom. And then back here, you've got the primary. Again, you can see upgraded flooring, higher ceilings, some crown molding, some base molding, beautifully staged, large closet, and then you've got this ensuite dual vanity bathroom with tub and shower. Everything that you need is great. Okay, so we're done with 1809, and the cool thing is 1811 is right here. Okay, welcome to 1811 West Bay Avenue in Newport Beach. This property is very similar in many ways, but it also is very different in many ways. Now, before I get into the details of this property, what I did want to let you know is that over the weekend I did an open house and I spoke to many homeowners, different types of homeowners, and there are so many different types of properties that are here. So I know people on West Bay that actually tore down their R2 lot and built a single family home. They live here as a primary residence. I know people that bought a duplex, an R2 lot, they rent one of those units out and they own another one of the units and they use it as a beach house that they come to during the spring and during the summer. And I also know homeowners in here that have turned this R2 lot into a condo conversion and are selling this one parcel as multiple parcels because they worked with the city to create condos versus one unit that is a multifamily. So if you've got the budget and you've got the vision and you work with the right people in this area, the opportunities are absolutely endless. So let's get back to the tour. This is the lower level 1811, okay? It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, but this one needs a lot more work. You've obviously got the back patio space. It's really, really nice. And then you've got the living space. You've got a little area for a dining room, and then you've got the kitchen. This floor plan, in my opinion, is slightly functionally obsolete. The rooms are smaller. The ceilings are lower, so in my opinion, this is more of a teardown opportunity than an extensive remodel. However, with the right builder, the right plans, the right designer, anything is possible, but I think this is more of a teardown. Okay, so I don't know if this looks very familiar, but this room is almost identical to 1809's room and bathroom. The only difference is it looks older and feels a little bit more dated, but same size closet, same size bathroom, and then it actually goes into the hallway and down the hall. So what happened in the unit next door? The previous owners combined this room and that room to make a grand primary with an ensuite. But what did it look like before they combined those two rooms into one? Well, this is what it looked like. This is just to give you an idea, this room is probably about 7 feet wide, maybe 8 feet wide. So it's a smaller room. Again, it's called functional obsolescence. If you look it up, when I took my real estate test, that was a term I had to learn. It just means that homes that were built in the 60s were built for a different type of lifestyle and a different type of human being. And now the way the world is, the way we've evolved, this type of room is just not conducive to how we live. And then again, you've got a smaller room back here. This is the third bedroom. And this is a larger room, but again, if you were to take this room and combine it with the other room, you would get what we saw over there at 1809, which is a beautiful open primary room with a beautiful dual vanity bathroom. Here, it's a little bit older. You've got some storage space there. You've got a walk-in closet here, and then you've got this bathroom, single vanity tub, toilet, right? So I'm showing you this one after I showed you the first one to show you that, hey, if you bought something like this, you could turn it into something like that to give you perspective on the different types of properties and what your options are. So let's go to the top unit so you can see what the top unit looks like that's a little bit older and outdated. Okay, now we're going to the top unit of 1811, which is 1811 and a half. And again, the staircase takes you straight up. Okay, welcome to 1811 and a half. Now, before I walk up, I just want to point out that the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,200 square foot lower level unit is to my right. And then the 4-car garage for the entire building is here to the left. And I'm going to be walking up now, and the top level spans from the balcony all the way to the back of the alley. So it's huge. It's about 1,900 feet. Now, although this unit is still outdated and needs work, the top unit shows so much better than the bottom unit because it's got higher ceilings, it's got more natural light, the paint seems fresher, looks brighter, and then you've just got more space. The rooms are bigger. So let's go back here first. This is like a flex space. Now again, when you don't stage a property, you make the buyer do the thinking. Here, we have to actually think. Now, the cool thing, I'm excited about this property is because I've been working with a developer for quite some time, and I actually told her about this property, and I'll be showing it to her this Friday as a possible investment opportunity. So just a reminder, if you're watching my videos, don't forget to scan the QR code on the top right of the screen if you ever want to set up a time to talk to me on the phone, or if you want to meet virtually or meet in person. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the Newport Beach area, and I would love to be of service if you're thinking about buying, selling, or just need information about the market. Let me show you the back room. This is the largest room of this unit. I guess this would be considered the primary. We've got a really big space. The carpet feels newer and fresher, which is another reason why this unit just feels a lot better, even though it still needs work. You've got dual closets here, and you've got a nice ensuite here, which again is older and outdated, but for the right price, it could be a gold mine. Just to remind you, 1809 was listed for 4.4 million. This one is listed for 4.2 million. Is there room to negotiate the price? I think right now, the way the market is, the way the news is, the way the rates are, I think there's always opportunity to negotiate. So if you're looking at this and going, wow, I really love it, but I don't think 4.2 is in my budget, send me a message and maybe we can work something out. So let's go in here. Here is the second bedroom. And again, it feels bigger. It feels like there's higher ceilings. It feels brighter, and all those characteristics put me in a better mood. The lower level for me is a little bit dark, it's a little bit too outdated, again, which is why I believe that an extensive remodel probably won't work. You probably need to tear it down. But again, I'm not a developer, I'm not a builder, so I don't know with certainty. This is a full bathroom here. You've got dual vanity, you've got a stand-up shower, and you've got a toilet. And that leads us to this room here. Now, this room here, for me, there's a closet. It could be a bedroom. It's the third bedroom. However, you've got an open access into the kitchen here, which makes me feel like this is potentially a dining room, so you can pass food or trays from the kitchen here. And then you've also got this open space here, which makes me feel more like a dining room or a den of some sort. So if you were thinking, hey, I'm not gonna tear this down and I'm not gonna rebuild, I just wanna repurpose this property, you can seal this off, you can seal that off, and you can make this a full bedroom with a beautiful Jack and Jill connecting to the other bedroom. And then the last part of the top unit is the kitchen, and then you've got this beautiful living space. Again, very similar to 1809. I would probably blow this out, reconfigure the kitchen, put a kitchen island here, and have an open space for, you know, the living. So look, at the end of the day, we talked about all the different features of this property. So who do I see living in a property like this? Well, I think a lot of different people could live here. I think if somebody wants to tear this down and rebuild a single family home as a primary residence or as a rental, absolutely you can do that. Now, there are no short-term rental permits on either of these units, so you have to make sure if you're gonna turn it into a rental, 30 days or more is what you're allowed to do. Outside of that, you can buy these units and you can rebuild them and sell them as a flip. You can buy these units and remodel them, and you can rent out both units. You can live in one and rent out the other, or you can even reconvert them back to a triplex and have 3 units where you could potentially make anywhere between $15,000 and $20,000 a month in income through rent. And again, don't forget about the potential condo conversion where you can split the parcel into 2, remodel it, and then sell them off individually. So again, if you've got the budget, you've got the vision, you've got the time, and you've got the connections, there is a lot of opportunity in 1809 and 1811 West Bay Avenue in Newport Beach. Who do I see living here? I see renters living here that love the beach life. Who do I see living here? I see families that want to visit the beach, but maybe they don't necessarily live in Newport Beach. So coming here, spending the weekend, spending the week, spending the month here, they're here visiting, so the parking lot actually is convenient for them than inconvenient. And one more thing I wanted to talk about was this area has had some issues with homelessness. However, I've been working closely with the Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce, and we've been talking a lot about ways to remedy homelessness, and there was about 90 plus homeless people in Newport Beach last year, and this year we're less than 10. So the beaches are being cleaned up, the parks are being cleaned up, and ultimately the community, the values, the safety, all that's being protected. There's great schools around here, there's great food around here, there's so many water sport activities around here. If you love the active lifestyle, you gotta check these places out. You guys, thanks so much for watching. If you liked what I'm putting out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you like what I'm putting out there, leave a comment. If you don't like what I'm doing, leave a comment, let me know, engage, give me some feedback. I'm trying to do really cool tours that you all love, and your feedback matters the most. And don't forget, if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or building in Newport Beach, and you need somebody that you can trust to get you started on that journey, I'd love to be of service. You can scan the QR code, you can text me, my number's on the screen, or you can hit that link in the description and set up a time to meet with me virtually or in person. Until next time, keep living the dream.